Hi everyone, this is Lena from Trading Edge, and in this video I will show you how I use my non-human forecast in my trading. So for those of you who haven't seen my previous videos, this is my non-human forecast, and I call it like this because the only thing that I have done, I have collected the previous closing candles, historical closing candles from the beginning of Bitcoin's existence, and I have laid them out here by day within a month. So starting from 1st of April, the first row is 1st of April, the second row is the 2nd of April, etc, etc, and then the columns are by year. So as I don't have any trading data for 2009, it's blank. I don't have trading data for 2010, it's blank. And then I have obtained trading data for 2011, 2012, 2013 and 2014 from the all-time history index for Bitcoin. And then from September 2014, Yahoo Finance provides all the prices, and I have used those prices from 2014 all the way to the present day because Yahoo Finance collects the prices from all exchanges, and for that reason I consider it to be the most accurate representation of the closing prices of the day. And then I have given the candles according to those prices. All of that has been checked several times, and from there on I have no more intervention in predicting what will happen after that. So what I have done then is I have calculated here the number of green candles on the 1st of April. They are 9, and then I have counted the numbers of the red candles. They are 4, so we're looking in total at 13 events. So 9 out of 13 gives a 69% historical average, 69% occurrence of green candle across all 1st of Aprils since we have trading data. I haven't written the insignificant percentages. The right column here is the red candles, and the left column here is the green candles, and I have written only the significant percentages. If it's not significant, there is no point just cramping the space with the data there. And I have written also insignificant percentages, the ones that are slightly skewed. So for example, when they're 53%, I have written them without giving them a color, but I have put them in the same column as relevant. So what is good about this forecast is that it gives us the historical trend in a certain month. So if we look at these percentages, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 significant days in the month have closed on green candles above 60% of the time. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 7 days in the month of April have closed on a red candle above 60% of the time, which shows us very clearly that Aprils tend to be bullish months because we have way more significant green candles, double the green candles that are significant, double than the red candles. And that is serving as a gauging tool. If this is across all years, these are historical averages in that case. And what happened today, for example, we're closing on a red candle the 1st of April, and we have 69% historical occurrence of a green candle, which is a very significant percentage. So this is the value of this tool, is that it's a very sensitive measure of the trend that you are currently in. It gives a very gentle whisper that if the color of the candle is not in alignment with what is historically the case, that means that we are on a different trend. And this is the biggest value of this forecast. Otherwise, in terms of using this as a forecast, like looking at this and saying, oh, the 1st of April closes on a green candle 69% of the time, that means that it's more likely that April will close on a green candle. Well, depends if you're in a bullish April, which is in alignment with how traditionally April has been. But what if you're not in a bullish April? There have been bearish Aprils historically. You can see here by these red candles. In 2021, there have been tons of red candles. So 2021, if you remember, it was the first big ATH to 64K, which happened on the 13th, 14th of April, and then sharp bear reversal, and it ended up closing on a red candle. So these numbers here are not so much predicting what will happen. What actually they're doing better is they are telling us, they're whispering to us in what trend we are now. And they're a very sensitive tool. In my opinion, this is my most sensitive tool that I have, that tells me the whispers on the market, the changes of the flavor of the market. So 1st of April closes on 69%, on green candle 69% of the time. Today it didn't. Whisper number one: you are not on a green trend, because this is a very significant percentage historically. There is a strong tendency that 1st of April is a bullish day, but today you didn't get it. So this is the whisper, right? So what we do is we examine the market and see what is going on here with my other forecast, which is my human forecast, the Bespoke Forecast. What I said in my video yesterday, I said I think it will be a red candle, but I'm not sure. Take it with a pinch of salt. The reason why I said that, so first of all, the reason why I had it as a red candle is because the number of bearish events on the 1st of April were more than the bullish events, but still there was a couple of bullish events as well. Anyway, the number was more of the bearish events. However, in March this year, I learned to gauge my cosmic setups with the price, because what happened in March is that we had some very clear bearish dates, such as the 26th of March. It was a straightforward bearish date with just only one bullish event and the rest of it bearish. And then look what we got on the 26th of March on the chart. We got a tiny green candle. So for the whole day it was alternating between red and green, red and green. At the end we got a tiny green candle with very long wicks, which basically means that the buyers and the sellers are equal amounts. So that was the flavor of the market in March. On several occasions we had straightforward bearish dates, and they manifested as very small red candles or small green candles, so they were not accurately reflected, particularly after the 14th, after the 19th of March. That big green candle on the 20th of March was already predicted, by the way. It was in my forecast on you can see the 20th of March was a straightforward green candle, so that didn't surprise me. But there were other events, such as the 24th of March was a very bearish cosmic setup. And look at that, 24th of March, massive green candle. So March was a month where the flavor of the market was different, in the sense that whenever we had, particularly in the second half of the month, is that whenever we had a bearish setup, bearish cosmic setup, it didn't get reflected necessarily with a red candle, or when it got reflected it was a very small red candle. So as a time trader, I had to gauge the cosmic setups to the flavor of the market to make sure that I do not overstate and I do not over expect things. So for that reason, with that March gauging, the way I started comparing bearish and matching bearish events to the size of the color and to the size of the candle, I kind of transferred exactly the same gauging system to April, but now we see that April is different. It's the second quarter, and notice for the first time I'm using something that is common sense, because March was a month that made all of us who have common sense, made us look like idiots. And that is because Neptune is the boss of the chart. Neptune is terribly inflated. Neptune is the guy you meet in a bar if you're a woman, and you go in a bar and you meet this guy smelling of a really nice perfume and talking posh, and you can see the guy comes from some upper classes and he's very well educated. He is a master of language, uses high level language, and he's mesmerizing and all of that. And if you get to know him well, you see that the guy is just full of shit and he's got nothing real to offer. That is Neptune. Neptune is the planet of inflation, delusions, confusions, illusions, and misleading. Okay, so but that was the flavor of the market, and you cannot fight against the flavor of the market. What we can do is just go along with it. So I kind of got used to understating and under-expecting the bearish events to manifest. But not today. On 1st of April, we're finally getting the color of the candle that accurately shows the cosmic setup. Today we had a bearish setup. Majority of the esoteric variables are bearish for today. So this, in combination with my tool, it was my tool actually first that nudged me gently and kind of whispered, look at that, the market is now changing. The market is becoming more realistic. Okay, so for now, the bullish sentiment remains the same for April. Yesterday, I presented this presentation with tons of conjunctions. Yesterday, I presented 7 conjunctions, and today I found out 3 more. So now I've got 10 conjunctions in total, and conjunctions do tend to be bullish. except this one, Mars conjunction Neptune. That is a bearish conjunction. It gives us 67% red candle historically. But apart from that conjunction, everything else is bullish. Venus conjunct Chiron, that's one thing that I have forgotten about when I presented my monthly forecast yesterday, so I added that. I may actually change the color of 21st of April. For now, I still keep it as a red because there is another very important bearish event then. But this conjunction will probably make the color, will make the candle smaller. But my point is, the bullish expectation of April still remains because of this vast number of conjunctions, and conjunctions have been bullish for Bitcoin historically. However, I am as a trader, I don't actually stick to the same bias. Just because I've said something in the past, I don't have to actually stick to that. I'm observing the market very carefully, and I'm listening to the gentle whispers of the market, and I'm using my tool, because my tool is the most sensitive instrument I've got, and my tool is telling me, hey, look, 69%, and now it's not like that. So could it be that the next day it's not gonna perform to plan as well? So the 2nd of April has 76%, 77% closure, historical closure on green candles. Let's see what happens tomorrow. So today is a whisper, because only one day is not performing according to plan. But if that happens tomorrow as well, that's not going to be a whisper anymore. That's going to be a shout. And the shout will be, historically this week, between the 4th of April and 10th of April, look at that, it's a majority of red candles are in that section here, in that week. So if tomorrow ends up closing on a red candle as well, the shouting then will be, is that the dive here will be deeper. Yesterday in my video, I said that the dive will be shallow, but because of this whisper that I heard from my tool today, I actually deepened it. I deepened it to 64K, which is an imaginary level of support. It's the support that the market makers want us to believe that there is. I beg your pardon, it's 61K. I moved it down to 61K. It used to be on the 64K. And now I moved it on the 61K. This is not a real level of support. The real level of support is 40K yet, because I have discussed in a previous video. So now for the first time I'm actually talking realism, because I'm seeing today the first indication that the market is becoming more realistic, and it's starting reflecting cosmic bearish events more accurately. I have discussed in previous videos that when we touched here, when the market went down to 38,400, it disrespected a very serious level of support, which is the 39,600. It should have bounced off from there, but it didn't. It went all the way to 3800. So to me, that was a sign that the 39,600 still needs to be established as support before we can progress in a sustainable way without crashing. So I actually expect that the 39,600, 39,800 will be revisited this year. If not in April, then in October, because October is a very bearish month. I expect a massive crash in October. But for now, all I did is I moved now. Because of this whisper that I received today, I am actually moving my expectation of the dip lower. And if tomorrow's candle is red as well, I'm gonna move my expectation of the dip to 52K. I'm just observing this very intently because I've got the tool, and there is no point having the tool if I'm not using it. So tomorrow is supposed to close on the 16th. Tomorrow historically has closed on the 7%. If there is a red candle tomorrow, then this section here will be much deeper. That's the conclusion for now. That's what we are watching now. And tomorrow we will know what is happening. So that's what I wanted to show you, everyone. This is a super sensitive tool. On the negative side, when a tool is very sensitive, it can overreact. When a tool is sensitive, it can be a little bit schizophrenic, kind of giving you sounds in your head that may not reflect reality. At the end of the day, this is only a day candle, and we had perfect reasons for today to have a red candle. So it wasn't the case that we had a bullish cosmic climate, but we got a red candle. If that was the case, then that would have been a very big shouting today. So we had a bearish climate, and it got reflected with the red candle. It's not a big deal, but it's only a big deal because in relation to March, because in March the bearish setups in the skies were not reflected with good red candles, with good size red candles. And this is telling me that the market is now different, and it's becoming more realistic, and it's awakening to reality. And once it becomes more realistic, then we can start using our traditional TA tools to analyze the market. We stopped using those tools. To me, this is a straightforward M shape. If you look at it, that was like something that I learned on day one when I started learning TA, that the M shape is a bearish shape and the W shape is a bullish shape. This is like day one knowledge. Is sufficient to tell you that this thing will be dumping. But I stopped using those tools because that was the flavor of March, that anyone who had the common sense was made to look like a fool. And some very serious TA analysts got in trouble in March because they were predicting this dump much sooner, and it was not happening. And then everybody just gave up, and everyone said this is not the market where we can be using traditional TA tools to analyze it. But today, this red candle gives me hope that finally some realism is back in the picture, and then we can expect not only a retracement but a proper dumping to get down to some more established areas of support. How deep it will dump, we will keep monitoring. If we get a red candle tomorrow, then the expectation is that it will dump to 61k, and then it may dump to 52k. That week is a long week that I showed you on the tool, from the 4th to the 10th. That is 6-7 days. And the way this market has been recently jumping with a few K per day, it will not surprise me if it dumps to 50k. I will not be surprised from now on. I know it's too soon to make that conclusion and a sharp change. Yesterday I said it will be a shallow dip, but this red candle today gives me hopes that some common sense is now back in the picture, and once the common sense comes back in the picture, there will be some more serious dumping, because there are no levels of support. All of this is a castle in the sky, a sand castle. There are no levels of support established. This is where the support is, 42k. This is the support. There is no other support that has been established. And if we remember in 2021, when the 40k became, when we reached the 40k, it took a long time to actually get that in people's heads, that that's gonna be the new level of support. to establish a new level of support, it takes hell of a long time. That's not really a matter of a week. Look at that support here from 14th of February to 25th of February. 9 days. 9 days is totally not enough to establish 50k as the new level of support. So hopefully with this Mercury retrograde, we're gonna say stop the bullshit and just get real. I really hope so. And then we're gonna gauge cosmic interpretations in a different way to the market. So I'm actually very pleased with this good size of a red candle that corresponds exactly to the cosmic climate today. That's what I wanted to share with you today. And just to let you know, my tool is on sale on my website for a very affordable price. And also I am upgrading these tools at the moment. I'm back testing the days of the week, and I have found some very interesting things. For example, in March 2024, when I did the back testing, I have found some significant results here for days of the week, and the same goes for January and February. Bye for now.